Hello once again, Internet. It's me, Carmen, coming right back at you, sniffing the flowers in beautiful Matthews County, Virginia at Fort Nonsense. I think it's like Fort Nonsense Historical Park, Fort Nonsense, look it up. It's interesting. It's a military fort that has been lost to time but revitalized when people of Matthews County decided to come together and make this into a park a couple of years back. I'll probably do another video on that more in the future, but I figured I would give you guys a little walkthrough of it while I'm talking about what's on my mind today, which is nonsense. And I think Fort Nonsense is a very fitting place to talk about nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense in the world all around us. Every day, every second of every day, there's so much nonsense, so many crazy things that happen in this world. And it's a really mind-boggling thought. Nonsense. Why do us humans do so many things that make so little sense? I can't explain that one. I honestly don't know. I've been trying to answer this question for years. But I think us humans are imperfect creatures. And it's very echoey in here. We have bias, we have partiality, we have things that make us do things that would otherwise be totally irrational. And you know what? That's okay. But we still have to deal with this nonsense at some point. We have to look it in the eyes and say, no, you're nonsense. You have an evil grin on your face. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're dealing with nonsense. I think this can be tough for some of us. It all depends what the nonsense is. Nonsense comes in many different forms. Nonsense could be trying to conform to a societal standard that simply isn't reasonable. Nonsense could be facing yourself in the mirror every day and wondering what you're going to do next, wondering where the sunshine is. Nonsense could be the people who make laws. You are mad at the politicians that make the laws because the laws aren't what you want them to be. Nonsense could be all sorts of things. It could be people who are mad at laws, mad that there are laws. I'm not trying to be partial in this video, though. I'm not trying to get into a political discussion. What I am trying to do is point out nonsense, fight nonsense at the core. But I'm not trying to fight nonsense too hard. Nonsense is something that we all have. I think nonsense is something that comes very natural to us. And that's why it's very hard for us to fight it, because we're all full of nonsense. And that's okay. It's okay to have a little of nonsense. Some nonsense can be good nonsense. Not all nonsense is bad nonsense, but we have to stand up and say, do we want to keep doing this every day? Do we want to keep up with this nonsense? Because some nonsense is worth preserving, but other forms of nonsense, not so much. And I think we have to make that discretion ourselves. And I might just be fighting nonsense with nonsense, just talking into a camera all day. But I believe that words can make a difference. I believe that ideas have just as much power as any physical action we do in this world. That's just me. You guys are welcome to have your own belief systems, whatever you guys believe. But right now I'm at Fort Nonsense, and I just wanted to point out all this nonsense in the world. All of you guys are good people, I think. I like to feel like my YouTube community is sort of like a family or a really good group of friends. And we're all just like chilling here, talking about things that are going on. We're all helping each other out constantly. And we're all trying to contribute good. I hope so. I at least hope. And I don't know what you guys do. I don't know what your ideas are. I don't know all of you. I know a lot of you. And I'm very glad I do. Talk to me. Say hello. I love to talk. I love to meet people. And you guys may or may not know that. It's all right. I'm not too shy. Sometimes I am a little. It all depends on the day. I think it's important as friends, as family, as whatever we are. Even if you don't want to be friends or family with me, it's fine. Whatever you feel comfortable calling me. I'm just like that acquaintance that gives you good life advice sometimes. That's good. But I want to say that nonsense is something that we can choose to fight. Sometimes we can't necessarily see nonsense directly. Sometimes it takes us a long time to confront the nonsense. But if we want to fight bad nonsense, we can fight it. If we want to keep good nonsense, we can keep it. And nonsense is something that we should constantly check ourselves on, because we all have biases and partialities, and that's okay to a certain extent, but we have to make sure we're doing what's reasonable too, keeping an open mind. Anyways, you guys, that's about all I had to say. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. One last look from Fort Nonsense. It's beautiful out here. And I'll definitely show it off more in the future. So if you guys want to see it, leave a thumbs up for that. All of my social media links are in the description below, and you can subscribe for more. I hope all of you have a good one. Have a wonderful day, guys. Go out there and conquer the world, or make peace with it. Do whatever you want. Today's a beautiful day to be living. Peace out, guys.